What up, everybody? It's Brad at Ghost Gaming, and we are doing the review of MXGP 21. Now, seen a lot of hate out there on this game when it first came out. So that's why I wanted to give the game some time. As you can see, I've got 66 hours of game time. I've gone a shit ton of miles, 2 million, and I've won 71 Grand Prix wins. I've got 40 hours of online gameplay. I've made bikes, I've made tracks, I've gone through it all. So I feel now I can accurately provide a review for this game. Because on the first day and second and third day, every review that I saw, not all of it was entirely negative. Some of it was entirely negative from other, people. So I didn't want to judge the game too soon, considering its history. And those of you that play MXGP know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's just knock the bad out of the way real quick. The thing that sucks the most about this game is its track editor. I actually feel like GP 2020 had a better track editor. This track editor is super clunky. It's slow as shit. It lags a lot. I've built a couple of tracks, and also in the middle of building a couple of tracks that I have saved. And so far, every time I've used it, when you go to switch between modules and that, it's just like lags for some reason. It drives me bananas. And those of you that are avid track builders, in order to make your track right, it's going to take you a while. I really do like the elevation change in this game. That's probably the best thing that MXGP's probably started putting in their game, was elevation change. However, the modules that they give you versus what you can do on the bike are two different things. So my recommendation is, if you are going to build a track, which I recommend that you at least try it. Is it frustrating? Yes, it can be. If you want your track to ride right and have good flow, it's going to take you at least an hour to 2 hours, or even longer, depending how picky you are. But you can make really good tracks if you put the time in. Some of the tracks that some of you know him as Schroeder Boat or Josh. He's just about in every live stream on this channel. I mean, he's made some tracks better than the in-game tracks. I made this track that we're going to. We were able to get good lines, keep a fast track with a low lap time, and basically be really smooth for the most part. So that's really the only downside in this game, is track editor. I feel that the bike physics in this game are probably the best that MotoGP's put out. Period. The bike is a lot more free everywhere, on the track, in the air, up a jump. I do feel that it's slightly more, it feels like it's slightly more realistic feeling than 2020. And when I say slightly more realistic feeling, if you played a lot of 2020 and then you start playing a lot of this game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't play that much of 2020, like most people did, you probably won't feel much of the realistic difference until you start to play it. The bike setups in this game are identical to 2020, which is good. I mean, they give you some pretty good options to change some stuff around and do what you need to do. Bike customization, components, all pretty much the same from 2020, which isn't, I don't know, in my opinion, it's not a bad thing. You know, but you pretty much have all the same stuff to select and choose from and customize. This is my Honda that I did. You can change your wheelbase, mapping, braking, gear ratio, suspension, exactly like 2020, so nothing big change there. The graphics are, you know, slightly better. The bike sounds are better. The bike handling is, in my opinion, quite a bit better than 2020. To me, the bike feels smoother. I don't particularly care for the whips in this game, just like I never really particularly cared for the whips in the other game either in 2020. But this is a track that I just threw together. You know, trying to make something cool to ride, but be fast and smooth, and something that people would enjoy to race on. And it is, you know, this track happens to be a fun track to race on. As far as your circuit tracks, they are different. Are they in some of the same places? Yes. Has the track's layouts changed? Yes. However, there's not as many tracks. For some reason, and I could be wrong, so don't, like, you know, get all bent out of shape if I'm wrong, but for some reason I'm thinking there was like 15 or 17 or something like that tracks in 2020. You know, official tracks. And I believe there's only 12 tracks in 21. So, kind of a bummer. But then you also have, I believe, is it four or five legacy tracks in this game? So that's pretty cool that they got that. And I also I actually like the track breakdown in this game. You know, everybody still thinks MXGP3 is better than 2021. I can tell you right now, if you put half the amount of time that I've put in this game and then you go play GP3, you will find out that this game is better in so many ways than GP. GP, don't get me wrong, GP3 is still a great game. But, you know, everybody says GP3 is, you know, the best GP game that Milestone's put out there. And I would say that I have to agree with that until the release of this game. You know, GP3, still fun to play, still a great game. But I think that GP21 surpasses it in a bunch of different ways. And I know some of you guys don't want to hear that. You're going to disagree with me. You're going to tell me that GP3 has a working rut system and this, that, and the other. Well, a lot of you, I can just tell by how you guys play online. You know, you're running these 3 to 5 minute races. You know, cool, I guess. But in this game, you know, you're not going to get rut development in 3 to 5 minutes. You know, you run a 15-minute or a 30-minute race, this track gets chewed up. It gets breaker bumps, it'll get ruts that'll develop in the corners. And they actually do, sort of, not very well, but they actually do feel like they kind of hold you in. You know, GP3's ruts, it did rut up a little, you know, quite a bit faster. And they do sort of work. I would say, you know, about the same, or maybe slightly better than these ruts. But these ruts in this game take longer to develop. So if you do one of those races, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, you know, the main reason I thought about for a while about, you know, am I going to do a review video on this game? And I thought, just like the rest of you, that, oh, it's fucking going to be the same GP game that we've been getting for the last, like, 7 to 8 years. You know, with just maybe a few different tracks and, you know, but once I saw all the hate out there on this game, and those guys not taking any amount of time to put effort into the game, you know, I'm not going to name their names, but, I mean, I kind of felt like I needed to come and say something, because it is a good game. You know, if you put the time in. You know, I love how much more free the bike is. You know, and we've all, including myself, have been begging Milestone to free the damn air physics up. Well, they did. You know, so now we can't bitch about that anymore. I mean, I guess we could say make it more free. But it's a lot of it free. Not like MX versus ATV type free, but I would say it's not far from. You know, we've always kind of bitched about whips because they're kind of weird. But I mean, you can kind of make your own whip, just like you can in MX versus ATV. You can whip it a couple different ways. You know, so I guess we could throw a complaint in there about the width so it could look a little better. Definitely put the old complaint in on the track editor. But I mean, all in all, if you guys are on the fence about buying this game, buy the game. I mean, you're gonna like it. It's fun to play. It's very kind of frustrating to make a track, but when you are done with it and ride it, it's very rewarding and satisfying. You know that you did put the time in to, you know, lay your track out, go ride your layout, add your jumps, and build your track a section at a time and test ride every section to make sure your jumps are on point. Or you can just go build a track in, 15-20 minutes and have it be absolutely dog shit. Whichever you like to do. But that's my review, guys. You know, it's a good game. It's not complete dog crap. You know, I definitely wish they would fix the track editor and give us some more options and make it not so clunky. But I mean, other than that, the bikes are great. The tracks are different. The customizations are as expected or better. And really, it's fun to play. If you guys do play this game and you are on PlayStation, feel free to send me a PlayStation message if you want to do some riding and racing on some of these custom built tracks that we've done. Otherwise, if you guys like the content or felt any of it useful, please do us a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. Definitely help the channel out, and hopefully we see you in some future live streams. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll catch you all in the next video.